What's up, everybody? It's Hailee, and I am here at Facebook. I am so excited to talk to you guys about the new single, and about life, and about what I'm thinking and feeling, and what you're thinking and feeling. I have a bunch of emojis on sticks that I plan on using, too, in answering your questions. So, ask away. I'm so excited about this. Okay, so Camila asks, Most Girls has immediately become an empowering anthem for many. What is your favorite lyric from the song that makes you feel empowered? One of my favorite lyrics from this song is, well, let me think about it and get it right first before I, it's like ABCs when you think about them in order, you gotta start at the top. Some girls, nothing but sweatpants, looking like a princess. That is one of my, if not my favorite line from the song, and I made a comment very early on. I was like, if this allows me to like do all of my performances and promo in sweatpants, I'm gonna live off this line for the whole life of this song. So that is one of my favorites, and that actually speaks to the single cover, where I felt like I personally feel the most comfortable when I'm in sweatpants and an oversized hoodie, but I still feel awesome and I still feel like a queen. And that was the thought behind having a hoodie on with a crown, because why not? Zoe asks, most girls, hashtag most girls. How was your experience singing Most Girls on the Radio Disney Music Awards? So much fun. So the song came out, as you probably know, the day before the performance, right? And so it was very strange, because I obviously had lived with the song for a while, which always feels like, you know, sometimes it feels like, yeah, it's been out because I've heard it a million times at this point. And then realizing that it wasn't, there's always this sort of like excitement and fear and anxiousness that you get over the fact that you're about to perform this in front of people and they're going to have no idea what you're singing. And I was just really looking forward to going out there looking like this, having the most fun, and dancing, and the Radio Disney Awards are so much fun in general. There is so much love in that room and so much support, and I really had the best time, and I can't wait to take it on the road. Janie, what's up, Janie? You asked, what is the best advice you could give to a little girl, or what would you tell yourself when you were growing up? I love you. I love you too. You know, it's so funny. I feel like this is what my parents told me when I was little, and it was that one comment that went in one ear and out the other, and it was the last thing I ever wanted to hear. But that piece of advice, if I could really reiterate it to myself, my younger self, just take everything one step at a time. And, you know, it's so easy, I think, to get caught up in everyday life, and especially now, you know, finding validation through certain places or people that I think it's most important to be happy and confident with yourself. And that's not an easy thing to find or discover or learn. But I think it's really important, and I'm still learning. So if I could tell my younger self to hang in there, find what you love and find what makes you happy, and do it because you love it and for no other reason, but because it makes you happy, I would go back and tell myself that. Mary wants to know, if you were not a singer, what job would you have? Oh boy, what job would I have? You know, I would love to be a magician. I am a big fan of magic, very fascinated by it. Yeah, I would like to be a magician. I mean, I can't do anything right now. I fail at every card trick I try and pull off, but I'm gonna work on it, because, you know, if all else fails, just become a magician. Christina asks, what was it like singing in front of Britney herself? By the way, you killed it. Thank you. That was so nerve-wracking. That was something that came together so last minute. And everyone that helped me out on that was so supportive and helpful, and really made it easy for me. So that was nice, but super nerve-wracking. I'm a fan of Britney, obviously, and performing I mean, being a part of a tribute for her in general was like insane enough, but the fact that she was there watching. Kelsey Ballerini started the tribute, and I was preset on stage, and I was watching basically the visuals of Britney happening, and it was so, I mean, just to see how iconic she truly is and how everything she's done in her career has made such a statement. She's constantly pushed the envelope, and, you know, I don't know, it's Britney. It was amazing. Joshi, I like that name. What is your favorite thing about being in the studio? I feel like the studio is like my safe zone. I feel like I can go there. It doesn't matter how I'm dressed, what I look like, who is in there, whatever. I feel like I can go there and truly be myself and be vulnerable. And sometimes I feel, I mean, that's hard to do, especially in a new space, but there's something about being in a studio. I feel like I can really just be who I am, and I guess with the intention and with the hope of coming out of the studio with something that I'm proud of and something that means something to me, which always, of course, doesn't always happen. But I love that I can go in there and lose track of time, and I go in there and it's daytime, daylight, and come out and it's nighttime, and you just lose yourself in the music and in the space that you're in. Some of the most magical things in my life happen in the studio. Let's see. Melinda. All right. I was going to make that a lot more complicated than it needed to be. Melinda, hey, you wanted to know, do you ever get nervous just before you perform? Yes, always. I mean, like, I don't know that will ever go away. And I don't know that I want it to. I think I perform best when I'm nervous. I mean, a little nervous, I guess, right? It's funny, though, because I feel like my adrenaline just kicks in and overrides all the nerves and all the anxiety, like, right in time. But, yeah, oh, my gosh, I always get nervous. I always obviously want to do the best I can do for you and for myself. So I do get nervous, but I love it. Melissa says, hey, girl, love you. Hey, thank you. What is your favorite part? Oh.
Alexa, go on.
Oh, Alexis is playing some music. Not right now. Melissa, I'm so sorry.
I'm not sure.
Girl, we will take this up later. Okay, Melissa. Dramatic pause to make sure Alexis is okay. Love you too, Melissa. Hey, what is your favorite part of visiting my hometown of New York City? I'm like so nervous Alexis is gonna like yell at me. I love New York. I cannot say enough good things about it. I have way too many reasons that I have time for right now to even tell you how and why I love this city so much. It's such a character in itself, and I just feel like there's so many people and so many places to be inspired by here. You know, anything from walking through Central Park to being in a 20-minute cab ride. I feel like there's something I see or hear or feel that inspires me, and I get to talk about and use that. Janie says, what are your favorite studio snacks? Ooh, well, Postmates is a friend of mine when it comes to being in the studio. Let's see, studio snacks. Popcorn is always nice. Pretzels, kind of always there. Grapes are fun. I always find that when grapes are in the studio, I end up just throwing them at people and not eating them so much. But bananas are wonderful in the studio. I kind of don't think you're supposed to eat those when you sing, but maybe I do it anyway. Hopefully my vocal coach isn't listening to this. Bananas. I don't know. I just eat all the time, especially when I'm in the studio and we're writing. Snacks on deck. Peter, how do you come up with ideas for a new song? You know, it has a lot to do with what I'm feeling. If the great thing about music is, you know, it all stems from a thought or a feeling or an idea, and that can turn into a song, it can turn into 5 songs, it can turn into an album. And what's so great is that it happens that fast, whereas with what I'm used to with movies, it could take years to develop something. And with a song, I could have a thought about something that's going on in the world right now, or I could have a feeling, or something may have happened last night that I feel like I can talk about, and a song could come together within 24 hours, which is a magical part about music. And that's that. So it really truly is based on me and my life. Maddie asks, what was your favorite part of working with Ryan Tedder? So I'm low-key obsessed with Ryan Tedder, and I met him in New York, actually, backstage at Jimmy Fallon. And it was sort of like, in passing, I fangirled for a minute, and then he, on his way out, was like, look, if you ever need anything, if you ever have any questions, like, feel free to call me. I'd love to help you out. I'd love to get in the studio, all that, whatever. And I was like, yeah, okay, cool, great. And then he walked away, and I was like, definitely gonna, like, take him up on that. And then that sort of thing is always kind of surreal, because I'm always like, dang, now I need, like, the perfect opportunity to, like, reach out for him. I can't just, like, send him something random and be like, hey, what do you think? Because what if it's, like, not, good? I don't know. So anyway, I had this song, Most Girls, and there were multiple versions of it, and I sent it to Ryan, and I just said, if you like this song, I would love your help on it, on the production side. And he wrote me back and said, I love it, and I would love to work on it. And I got back in the studio with him, and it was magical. I loved him. Erica asks, if you could do a cover song by any artist, who would it be? Ooh. Oh my goodness. So many songs just came to mind. I feel like, first of all, so many of my favorite artists are releasing music right now that I have had stuck in my head that I would love to cover. I'm trying to think of some. Shawn Mendes, Ain't Nothing Holding Me Back, has been on repeat, and I love that song. I'd love to cover it. I just covered Shape of You by Ed Sheeran, which was a lot harder than I had anticipated. That guy sings a lot of words in a very short amount of time. And not to mention, like, obviously plays the guitar and does all the loop pedal and all that by himself. I could barely just get through the singing part. So kudos to you, Ed. I don't know how you do it. These questions are amazing, by the way. Thank you. I only have time for a couple more, but this is awesome. Daphne asks, Hailee, she started with Hailee, I love you. Thank you. I love you too. What is your favorite New York pizza topping? Ooh, I'm pretty simple when it comes to pizza toppings. I don't go too crazy. What's like a really crazy, I'm like a cheese and pepperoni girl. It's kind of not into the pineapple. No.
Mushrooms, onions, peppers.
Not into mushrooms, onions, or peppers either. Maybe someday. I'll work on it. I'm expanding my palette. Jules says, who is the girl that inspires you the most to be a better version of yourself? My mama. My mom is superwoman. She's the strongest, most hardworking, most dedicated and disciplined woman I know. And she's beautiful on top of all of that. And she is an incredible example every single day of just what it means to she's everything I want to be and more when I grow up. So that's my answer. Okay, this is my last question, you guys. Janie says, what message do you want people to take away from this song? I really hope that this sort of helps people realize how amazing women are, all women are, that we are surrounded by constantly, every single day, 24/7. This is me basically saying that I notice you and I want to be more like you, because I do feel like there at some point, and maybe still is in some way, this sort of golden rule that in order for us to be special, we have to be so different from each other, and I don't think that's the case anymore. And I think that I feel like I'm a part of a movement that's changing in a generation that's really banding together, especially of young women. I think that we now more than ever are standing by each other and empowering each other, and I am so proud to be a part of that. And I love you guys, and I hope you love this song. That is all the time I have. Thank you guys so much for your questions. I can't wait to do this again. Y'all mean the world to me. Check out Most Girls. I hope you love it. Mwah. Thanks for everything.